Hello everyone, welcome back to Story Studios, and today, this is kind of a weird video to do on this day. I thought about doing this video because it's Independence Day, because it's July the 4th. First off, welcome to Questions in Catholicism. There's a quote by Mother Teresa. If you don't know who she is, I mean, she's a pretty well-known church figure. I feel like a lot of just everyone knows Mother Teresa. She did a lot of missions work. She also had a lot of really awesome quotes, did a lot of great things, started a lot of churches, helped a lot of people in poverty. Just such a great woman. I have many favorite quotes from Mother Teresa. One of them specifically is, and I might botch this, but I'll get the general gist of the quote. The reason why we still have injustice in this world is because we have forgotten that we belong to each other. So think about that again. I'm also going to say it again, just to make sure I got it right. The reason why we have so much injustice in this world is because we have forgotten that we belong to each other. I know that we're celebrating Independence Day, and yes, it's independence from Britain, it's independence from tyrannical king, all the taxation without representation, all that stuff. But I do believe that in westernized culture, we really do pride ourselves on being independent. You know, like our men need to be independent, our women need to be independent. You know, we need to grow the next generation to be independent because, and that's great. I'm not saying that's wrong. We are going to need to learn how to do things on our own. Like when you have kids, they go off to college, they go off to maybe the army, they go off to a trade, they move out, get their new apartment. They're gonna have to be independent. They're gonna have to know how to buy groceries, do laundry. And that's the whole thing about parenting, is that they are dependent on the parents. And hopefully it's not like black and white, like they're dependent all the way up until they move out. Like hopefully there's like a nice morph between complete dependence on the parents and then, you know, slowly. What we call the education is the zone of proximal development, ZPD, where there is the stuff that someone can do. So let's say a child or your son, daughter, something that they can do. Then there's the outer zone, which is stuff that they cannot do. And then there's the zone of proximal development, the ZPD, which is things that they can do with another person's assistance. So like with parental guidance. You want a child to always be having a healthy amount of ZPD in their life, so that the zone of proximal development slowly goes into the circle of they can do it by themselves, and you can slowly start pulling things from the outer layer into ZPD. And so, yes, independence is good on many levels, but too much independence, I would argue, is bad, because what is a culture that values independence? What does that say about a culture? It says that you cannot trust anyone but yourself. And that's a very lonely life. And there are people I've known who literally everyone in their life, whether it's family or friends or just strangers, even teachers, mentors, have just seemingly betrayed them or just given up on them or just hurt them in awful ways. And if that's your history, it's gonna be hard to trust people. I mean, it's gonna be hard to open up. I just want to say that you were not meant to go through life by yourself. You were not meant to do it on your own. We are not meant to be truly, fully independent beings. We are beings who thrive off of depending on one another for help. I mean, look at Independence Day. We couldn't have done that like individually. Like we had to be dependent. That was the whole thing about the having that the 13 colonies united into one country instead of just separate individual colonies or states or whatever. If America were to survive, they had to rely on one another. There is so much. I mean, this is just surface level stuff, like just getting through life, just like having a close knit friend group, having just being around good company, people who, like they're the organized person of the group and they help everyone like stay on track. And this person's the energetic person of the group. They help keep people energized. And this person is like the quiet one who teaches everyone to like rest and how to like slow down and recharge. The funny one that's entertaining, that always makes people laugh, or the thoughtful one, the wise one that always like brings good knowledge to the table and good advice. We depend on each other, and that is okay. And it's scary because depending on someone else is vulnerable. But it's a fear that is, it is a fear that you should be willing to risk. A vulnerability that you're willing to risk, because the outcome is immeasurably better than trying to do it all on your own. But as I said, this is all surface level. What about when it comes to injustice? Why do we have injustice? It's because we've forgotten that we belong to each other. Why do we have murder? Why do we have sabotage and espionage and war and famine and poverty? Why do we allow the lower class to suffer so much? Why do we allow a single mother to struggle raising her child and working a job? Why do we allow such evils in other countries to happen to other people and not step in to help? Why do we allow just the root of racism, the root of sexism? The only reason why any of this exists is because we have forgotten that we belong to one another. We don't belong just to ourselves, just to our family, just to our community, just to our own race, our own gender, whatever that is, our own country. Everyone in the world belongs to each other. And we don't want that, because the more people we depend on, the more vulnerable we become. We want to be strong and independent as a country, as a state, as a family, as a community, as a person, as an individual. I don't need anyone but myself. But the truth of the matter is, whether you're Christian or not Christian, if you're not Christian, you do need another person. Like, loneliness is not something that anyone can survive on, truly. If you are a Christian, the church community, church is essential to the faith. The whole point of the Christian, the kingdom that was promised to Abraham, that's a community. And you can't just have faith. You can't just have faith on your own. You need to be in a community, in a family, and you need to be in communion with God. I mean, God is dependency. It's the Holy Trinity. God is love. God is three persons in one. That's not independence. That is a tri-communal deity in which they're all dependent on each other. And we're made in God's image, and so we are dependent on each other as well. So let's not forget, everyone, that on this Independence Day, although how great it is to be independent from Britain, let's not forget that the only reason why we got there was because we depended on one another, continue to depend on one another to grow this nation. And let's not forget that we need each other. in this world. So there we go. Questions in Catholicism, not really theology, but still something to do with faith. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out my other Questions in Catholicism videos playlist while you're at it, and have a very safe and happy 4th of July, everyone. Shoot some fireworks. Sorry, Studio. See you on the next video. Peace out.